What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Kingdom Rush Frontiers video. Today we are going to be doing a comparison between the two dragons in Kingdom Rush Frontiers, Ashbite versus Bonehart. Which one I think is better in my personal opinion, and which one I like more and which one I would recommend. So let's start with comparing just the base stats of both of them. So they're both at level 10. This is as good as either of them are going to get. So let's look at their stats. Ashbite, he has 600 health and no armor. Going over to Bonehart, he has 650 health and no armor. So armor is not a factor in this one because neither of them have armor or will get armor. Bonehart has 50 more health though, so in the health department he is winning by a bit. Going on to their damage, 34 to 50 for Ashbite versus Bonehart, which is 20 to 59 for his abilities and damages. So Ashbite slight advantage there. And then for the respawn rate, it says average and then slow for Bonehart. I've done some testing and I say they're exactly the same pretty much for respawn rate. They're both about 30 seconds. So no advantage for either of them. I wouldn't give either of them an advantage. Even though it says slow in my testing, it's about 30 seconds for both. Going over to Ashbite's skills, he has this ability which does 56 area damage when it's maxed out. Not too bad. And then we have this one, which basically he feasts upon an enemy, dealing 200 damage with a 40% chance of devouring it. Going forward more, we got the Miscibility, which basically sends out a cloud of smoke that slows enemies 50% for 5 seconds when they're in that smoke area, which sounds not too bad, but if you compare it to a Bonehart's blocking ability, which is the Bone Golem, it does a way better job. Basically, Bonehart has these little bone golems. I'll show you guys some gameplay later in the video, but it blocks them a lot better, in my opinion, than the smoke ability. So I give Bonehart the advantage for delaying a lot more than Ashbite. Wildfire Barrage scorches enemy ground, melting all enemies with a 12 explosive of 30 damage each, which isn't too bad in my opinion either. Rain of Fire, fire-based attack sets enemies on fire, burning them for 30 seconds, damaging for over 3 seconds. Not too bad for his skills. Let's compare Bonehart now. Looking at Bonehart's abilities now, we got the Spike Rain. Rains 10 spikes over a wide area, dealing 32 damage each. So each spike is 32 damage, so they do a ton of damage. Usually clears out everyone it hits. Super good ability when there's a lot of enemies. Bone Golems, they do have 160 health, no armor, and they do 6 to 10 damage. Basically, they help block enemies, and it's a lot better than Ashbite's missed ability for blocking. We also got the Plague Carrier, unleashes 10 plague carrier, basically sends these plagues down the path, and they deal up to 100 damage to enemies in the path. So when it continues down the path, just in case someone's not right in front of Bonehart, it'll continue down the path, so enemies that are moving forward, it will help take them out. The Nova ability, Bonehart explodes into the ground, dealing 150 damage and infect enemies caught in the blast. So that's like an area damage ability, super good. Unstable Disease, infecting enemies die with an explosive that infects and deals 9 damage to nearby enemies. So that's all their abilities. I have to say Bonehart is better at blocking of the two of them. But let's just jump into some clips showing Ashbite and Bonehart in some gameplay. Let's jump in those clips right now. As you can see in those clips, Bonehart does a lot better job of blocking, in my opinion, which is, in this, most of these missions, is a lot more useful than Ashbite, in my opinion. With the Mist versus the Golems, the Mist isn't that good, so you have to pair Ashbite with some Barracks. Versus Bonehart, I say you don't really with the Bone Golems because they block. Maybe like one Barrack for him if you absolutely need one, but this guy you probably need two versus him, where you'd probably only need one because he has this Bone Golems, which is basically built-in Barracks. Of the two, I would definitely recommend Bonehart over Ashbite. He does a lot better in dealing with huge groups of enemies versus Ashbite. Ashbite, where he's a bit better is if it's like an individual enemy with like higher health, like say the Executioner. Ashbite, that's where he is slightly better, but for the most part, Bonehart is a lot better. He can pretty much deal with a lot more enemies, all that. So I would definitely recommend Bonehart if you're looking at getting them both. Ashbite, he's not too bad, but you have to pair him with Barracks for sure. The respawn rates I tested, and they're pretty much the same, even though it says average and slow. They are both 30 seconds, so just keep that in mind too. But that's about it, guys. I'm definitely going to recommend Bonehart for this video. If you like this video or want to leave a comment, maybe you guys, something I left out about these guys, let me know in the comments below. If you like the video, make sure to subscribe, rate, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
Never laugh at undead dragons.